Can you build a better booty after 50? I'm here to tell you that yes, you can. So I received this message from Heather on Instagram who asked if it's possible to get your butt back in your 50s. And she said, no muscle here. So as someone who was born with a somewhat flat butt, um, I can tell you, Heather, that you absolutely can build a better booty and give you step by step how to do it. And it's not some crazy workout or hours in the gym because I don't do that. Um, as always, it's going to start with the way you eat because what we are putting into our bodies is going to have the biggest impact on our body composition. But then also we have to do something to build muscle. So let me tell you my booty story. Um, as I said, I that's not something that I was genetically bestowed with, so it's like I just tend to be a little flatter back there. So, and it's something that, especially in the last decade and a half, whatever, it's more of a thing. And just we all want some muscle. We want to be strong. That's part of it. And it gives us a nice shape. And honestly, as you start to build up some shoulders and a little booty, it makes your waist look smaller. So there's that too. So back in 2020, when we were, not really leaving our houses much, Pennsylvania shut down. It was like, I feel like the date was March 16th, rings a bell. But I told myself that first it was going to be 2 weeks, I told myself that I was going to use those 2 weeks to get started on building a better butt. And then I just kind of continued the things I was doing and look at some of my videos on Instagram and you'll see. So first thing, so I was already, increasing my protein. I'd really been working on that. That was already a big part of my life. So what I started doing physically is looking for ways to walk more hills and build in more steps into my day, more so than any one single workout. Now you can do bridges, those are great. Squats are great. Again, both those things with or without weight. But the biggest thing that I did on a consistent basis was take the stairs. I've always said, if you want a cute butt, take the stairs, and started walking more hills. So during that time, my daughter was home from college. She was taking classes virtually. And, we were kind of looking for ways to spend time together. Like, what could we do since there's not many places we could go? So we started going to this local wildlife sanctuary that is a 3-mile loop that you can walk that has a lot of hills. And we started doing that almost every day. And boy, did I notice a difference. And then I would also, and now I don't walk that every day, but it's still at least once a week. I go and I do that 3-mile hilly walk. And then I will also to really build things up, I looked for high steps that I could take. So at a park, step on and off of the bench. I have a bench at the foot of my bed that's sturdy that I can step on and off of, even just taking the stairs 2 at a time. But doing that, those were the things that I started really focusing on, just turning it into a game. How can I build more of this into my day? And then, of course, you need the nutrition component. So when we are younger, it's easier to build muscle because our hormones do a lot of that. As we get older, we need amino acids from real food, from the protein real foods, to help to actually activate muscle protein synthesis. And I have heard that we need, and again, it's got to vary a little bit by our size and everything else, but a good guideline is a minimum of 30 grams of high quality protein per meal to activate muscle protein synthesis. Over the course of a day, if you're really looking to build muscle and maybe even burn some fat, lose weight at the same time, I would encourage you to be aiming for at least 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. And I'm talking protein from real food, not bars, shakes, that type of thing. I'm not saying you should never have a protein shake. There are a few high quality ones out there, but to really focus on real food, beef, poultry, fish, eggs, maybe some low fat dairy like cottage cheese and Greek yogurt if you tolerate it well, and then fill in with the colorful fruits and veggies. So really give your body the building blocks that it needs. Honestly, if you stay focused on this for a month, you're going to start to feel a difference. And then you just keep going. You don't say, oh, well, that's as good as it gets. No, it's going to keep getting better. Just like with the jaw exerciser that I use, I noticed a difference. That's what I've used to help snatch my jawline because we get this jowling in here as we get older. It's also lifted and sculpted my cheeks and give me fuller lips. I started noticing and feeling a difference after about a month, but did I stop? No, I kept going, and now it just keeps getting better. I've literally changed my face in my 50s. So hope you found this helpful. Drop any questions in the comments. And if you are enjoying my YouTube content, I would be so honored if you would subscribe to my channel. That shows YouTube that this content is relevant. You can love your body and your life at any age. This is 58, no filters.